Boy, they're close. And, oh man, does it get any closer? Is he going to make it out of there? Hello, race fans, and welcome for the final time this season to the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. Here we are at the end of Season 1, the Championship 4, and now it's time to get down to it and decide your champion, folks. We're here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and a beautiful night for racing, 76-degree air temperature. Winds are a bit gusty at 14 miles an hour, track temperature 77 degrees. As always, thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you'll know each time we go live. And the guys, they're down on track. They're wrapping up practice here. Just a few minutes to go in practice. And your Championship 4 are highlighted in yellow. And they'll be the ones. There's Tom Simchak right there. And Sora currently on pit road. And there's the 21 of Kyle Rochelle and the 44 of Maurice Gomillion. Showing 13 cars in the server tonight. And while they're before they roll over to qualifying here, take a quick look at the standings. And so it'll show you some of the accomplishments of the drivers this year. Vincent Sawyer, points leader. You know, he 27 starts and 21 top 10 finishes. 15 of them in the top 5 with 4 victories. Tom Simchak, he had only 17 starts, but 13 of them were in the top 10, 12 top 5, and also 4 wins for Tom Simchak. Then Kyle Rochelle there in third. He had 26 starts, only missed 1 race this season, 15 top 10 finishes, 8 of them in the top 5 with 1 victory. And how about it for Maurice Gomillion? I mean, he didn't have 1 single victory this year, but he's been to every single race, and he's had 14 top 10 finishes, 4 in the top 5. And when you add up even all the bonus points and everything, he's not even that far behind the leader. And like when you look at the total points, 31-31 for Vincent Sora, 31-03 for Maurice Gomillion, and that's just a good lesson in the importance of consistency and just hanging in there. Even if you don't get the wins, you can definitely get all the way to the championship through just the sheer determination and just have a little bit of luck on your side too, and just really having great finishes. And I'm sure it's showing he had 14 top 10s. I'm wondering what his top 15s are. He probably has a lot of them because he really racked up a lot of points to get where he's gotten there in this whole season there. So, you know, a great job to him and to the other guys who have obviously been leading the entire league here all season long. So just a great effort by everyone. Now we have just about 7 minutes to go. There's Maurice now. Right now he's currently 11th fastest. Now the way that's going to work out tonight, folks, it's not going to be just based on the points and stuff. It is just going to be the 4 drivers where they finish in relation to each other. If all 4 of them finish 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, whoever finished 7th, he's the championship leader, plain and simple. So they don't have to win, and but it's just a matter of where they finish ahead, who finishes in front of who. There's Thomas Walter. currently second fastest on track. With a 58 of Ryan Bird. Let's see, we got about 6 minutes to go here. Let's see if we can catch some of the guys on pit road. There's Maurice. Let's see if we can. Oh, he's getting ready to head on out, but let's see if we can find him anyway, real quick here, and give him a holler. Let's bring him up to the booth here. So he gets going. Hey, Maurice, Tony in the booth. Got a copy. Hey, Maurice, this is Tony in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, yeah, I do, Tony. How you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good, man. Hey, man, congratulations to getting to the championship 4, man. And like I was just telling our viewers, man, I tell you, you just you haven't won any races yet this year, but I tell you, your consistency has certainly paid off. And congratulations to you for your efforts and making it to the show here. Man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Tony. Yeah, it's been a long season. You know, a lot of good racing, a lot of good racers, racing against. But, I think it's just a matter of a little bit of strategy that was able to get me to this point. A lot of fast guys here. So, it's just a blessing to be here.
Absolutely, man. I'll tell you. And like I was telling the folks, it's not all about just winning tonight. It's just trying to finish ahead of your championship 4 competitors. So, as always, you got everything to race for. Good luck to you, sir.
Hey, Tony, thank you so much.
10-4, I'm going to put you back down to your channel here. And, well, I'm sorry, where were you at tonight? Was that?
Driver's lounge.
Oh, driver's lounge. Okay, 10-4. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. There's Vincent. Let's bring him up here with us real quick. Hey, Vincent, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how are you, Tony?
Pretty good, man. You ready for tonight? It's not about the win, but it's just about beating those other 3 guys in the final 4 here with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think that I got a pretty good chance of going out here and winning the championship.
Yeah, I mean, do you like this track here?
Yeah, I really like Las Vegas. Actually, it's one of my better tracks on the service.
All right, and it's, you're hitting it at just the right time too. That's great to hear, man. But yeah, man, I tell you, man, you had a phenomenal season, man. All of the amount of top 10s that you acquired this season, man, that was just a really great effort on your part.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Well, good luck, man, and we're going to try to catch a couple more drivers before we get going here. And good luck to you, and we'll talk to you later, possibly.
All right, see you later, Tony. Thank you.
All right, let's see. Let's grab Tom here real quickly before we move to qualifying. Tom is down in RS Racing. Hey, Tom, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Tony, how are you?
Yeah, man. Hey, here you go. Time to get down to it. This is it, man. I tell you, it's been you did great, man. You weren't there at the start of the season, but boy, I tell you, you made your way to the championship, and time to go for it all now, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I really appreciate these guys being halfway through and letting me stay. But yeah, now that it's go time, time to put the pedal down and see what we can do.
10-4, man, and got a teammate there. It's weird, isn't it? A teammate, but then at the same time, competitive. Both of y'all are just fighting for that championship. That's going to be a little interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different than a regular season race. Hopefully, we could be a little cordial towards each other if we get close enough, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
I know I will, but I can't speak for him, but I'm sure he will too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And so congratulations, man, and we'll talk to you later on.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
And last but not least, let's see if we can find where's Kyle at. We're going to bring him up here real quick just as we're getting ready to go to qualifying here. Hey, Kyle, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Tony. How's it going, man?
Hey, man, I tell you, time to, I was just talking to your teammate, Tom, and boy, I tell you, it's going to be, now it's going to be kind of rough, huh? I mean, you're teammates, but how long does that last? Down to the championship decider here.
Well, hopefully it lasts till the last lap, and one of us can pull it off. Anyone but Vincent. We got to beat him. I see him. He's gonna be
Yeah.
strong. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, like I was telling them, it's not about winning the race. It's just whoever literally finishes in front of the other. So, man, I tell you, it's looking forward to an exciting race, man. But good luck, and we'll talk to you later on.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And, okay, got him back down to his channel, and less than 10 seconds to go here, getting ready to roll over to the qualifying session. And there you go. Practice is over. And now we'll go over to our qualifying. I'm thinking they'll probably still do their live qualifying like they had started doing several races ago. That's really fun to watch. And so they will be, we'll see who's going to come out on track first here. All of the competitors are coming out on the pit road. I don't know if they decided based on lap time, fastest practice time, and invert the field or not, or they just whoever gets out there first. But we'll wait to see who's gonna be out there. Okay, somebody's hitting off first. Who is that? Looks like it's Aaron Kralik making his way out. And you know, I've been calling him Mr. Consistency as well, because he's really had a good season. Didn't quite make it to the championship 4 there, but you know, he's definitely been in the hunt all season long. And of course, you know, he'll be back again next season, hungry as ever. Come down now to start his first time lap. Make his way down turns 3 and 4. He comes down to the line. Let's see what his first time will be. And we will start with a 30.269. And that is going to be the time to beat at the moment, 30.269. Let's see if he can pick that up on his second lap. Oh, boy, he got close to the wall there. I don't think he touched. Hopefully he didn't, because if he did, then that would eliminate that second time lap. And trying to go all out here. Let's see what happens. Making his way out of 4, coming down to the line. Does he improve on that 30.269? Yes, he does. 30.078. Good effort there by Aaron Kralik. Next up is the 12, Ryan Ferraro. Ferraro making his way out now, getting up to speed. Comes out of 4 now, getting ready to come down to the line and start his first time to run. And the green flag is out for the 12 car. Making his way down the backstretch here. Trying to beat a 30.078 by Aaron Kralik. Coming out of 4, he comes to the line here. Let's see what his first time will be. And he will slot in at 30.725 for that first lap time. That's 0.6 of a second off the leader. Let's see if he can pick up 0.6 of a second here. We didn't see him. He didn't get close to the wall or anything. In fact, Kralik might have had a little bit of a wobble there. Let's see what happens here with Ferraro as he comes down to the line. Does he improve? Yes, he does. New pole sitter for the moment, 30.032 for Ryan Ferraro. Moves into the first position. Next up is the 57 of, 57 of, Thomas Walter. 57 of, 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 57 Thomas has also been one of the front runners in the points all season long. He's been right up there. I had some ups and downs in the season, but maintained good standing throughout the season. Here he comes down to the line to start his first time run, first time lap, that is. Oh, he got close to that outside wall. Really high line coming off of 2 there. He goes into turns 3 and 4. Maybe trying to stay high to just save some of those tires just a little bit before he gets more aggressive with it. Here's his first timed lap. And that will be third fastest with a 30.619. Half a second off pole sitter Ryan Ferraro. And now he's getting after it here. Took a lower line into turn 1. You can see he's taking that low line now. Trying to get the most out of this lap, most out of those tires. Try to save those tires as much as possible. Here he comes for his second and final lap. Does he improve? Yes, he does. Up to the pole, 29.960. Thomas Walter, new pole sitter. Next out the gate is the 8 car, Tom Senchak. Another one of your championship 4 here. Senchak, he made his way to the championship 4 despite missing several races from the beginning of the season. And boy, I tell you, imagine what's going to happen. He starts at the beginning of the season, season 2. Definitely going to be a formidable opponent for sure. Now on his first timed lap here, making his way down the back stretch. Again, running that high line. I believe they run that high line the first time around just to try to save a little bit of life in those tires for that second and hopefully quicker lap. First lap, 4th fastest, 31.524. You'll probably see him run a bit lower line, more aggressive line this time. They're making their way down the backstretch where I saw him go low there into turns 1 and 2. Now he's taking it deep down into turns 3 and 4. As low as he can off of 4. Here he comes to the line. Let's see where he ends up here. He crosses the line and he will go straight to the top, folks. 29.886. Tom Senchak, your new pole sitter for the moment. Next up is the 1 car of Dakota Moniz. Dakota sporting those Home Depot colors this evening. There he goes, takes the line to start his first time lap. Clock is now running for the 1 car. Now I'm thinking probably everybody will probably do the same thing, do that high line first time around. Senchak, he was the first of the championship 4 to put a time up on the board. Here goes Dakota, and he's going to cross the line. Let's see what his first lap time is. He'll be 4th fastest with a 30.678. 7/10 off your leader, off your pole sitter. Coming out of 4 now to complete his qualifying run. Crossing the line. Let's see if he improves from that 5th position. Yes, he does, up to 3rd with a 29.988. Great effort there from the 1 car, Dakota Moniz. Next up is the 51, Max Foner. We've also seen Max has some strong ones here, especially on some of the shorter tracks. Max, he's really getting down to it, and let's see what he does here. He crosses the line to start his first time run. Max also sticking to that high line on his out lap or first time run. Turns 3 and 4, coming out of 4 now, down to the line to complete his first timed lap. Let's see where he starts at here. And he's working with a 30.736, 8/10 off of your leader. It's quite a bit to pick up. You know, he's going to give it his all here. Coming off of 4, coming down to the line. Let's see if he moves up from that 6th spot. And yes, he does. Second position, 29.958. Awesome lap there for Max Foner. I tell you, Max, he's really been cranking it up here at the end of the season here. Next up is the 58, Ryan Bird. Now it looks like, I guess they're partners here. Looks teammates like Sea Shepherd. I guess that's I don't know if that's the name of the team or not. At least they have the same sponsor there. Here he goes, starting his first time lap. The time he's looking to beat is a 29.886 by Tom Sinchak. Now he's going to come out of 4 and drop down and start that second and final lap. Squeeze as much performance out of those Goodyears as he possibly can. A little high there going into 1. Now he is 1.2 seconds off the pole sitter's time. Making his way out of 4. Here comes to the line. Let's see if he moves up from that 7th spot as he crosses the line. And yes, he will move up to 5th with a 30.011. Right now starting in the top 5. Next up is Kyle Rochelle, 21, and is a teammate to Tom Sinchak. This could be interesting here, folks. Right now he's trying to beat his teammate for the pole. They may be racing each other all night long for the win right at the front. Here he goes, crossing the line here to start his first time lap. Clock is running now. Now, Kyle Rochelle, he's taking a slightly different approach. He's digging down deeper on that first time lap. We've seen a lot of the guys stay up high. He is really digging down because we've seen him have such strong performances and really power away from the field. Here's his first time lap. Let's see what he gets on the first lap. And 5th fastest, the 29.993. Only a 1/10 of a second off of the pole. Leaving absolutely nothing on the table as he makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Here he comes down to the line. Let's see if he moves up from that 5th spot. And yes, he does, up to 2nd position, a 29.9 flat. Only 1/100th of a second off of his teammate, Tom Sinchak. Sinchak still has that pole. Here goes Mike Vanna on his way out. He comes to the line now to start his qualifying run. Mike's opting to take that high line, like we've seen several of the other drivers do on that first hot lap. Comes out of 4 to complete his first lap. Let's see where he'll get here for the first lap time. He'll be ninth fastest with a 30.706. That's a bit to go there. Yeah, I said those other ones. That's looks like that's 0.8 off of the pole sitter. He crosses the line for his second lap. Let's see if he improves from that 9th spot. He improves his time, but not his position, a 30.358. That improved to 0.4 off the pole sitter's time. Next up will be the championship leader at the moment, Vince Sora. Vincent feeling good about this track here. He's going to start with that high line. It's always nice to go to a place where you feel like it's one of your better tracks, or that you give you that little extra mental edge there. He feels that good about it. He obviously knows his way around here. Staying very high coming out of 2. Trying to save as much life, every bit of life that he can in those good years for that one all-out blast to get to the pole. Here he drops down now to cross the line. That was his first time lap. That was 10th fastest with a 30.560. He has to make up 0.6 of a second. Making his way down the backstretch, getting ready to dive into turn 3 here. Comes off of 4. Here he goes. Let's see how far does he move up from 10th spot. Yes, he does, up to 3rd fastest, a 29.949 for Vince Sora. And that will have him starting 3rd at the moment. Next up is the 20 of James Trammell. So far, 3 of your championship 4 have qualified, and they're all 1, 2, 3 at the top of the chart there. Trammell now getting up to speed. And he's on his way on his first time lap. Down the back stretch. Taking that high line into turn 3. Here finishes his first time lap. And he will be 11th fastest at the moment at 30.610. And that's interesting. Kyle Rochelle, he was the only one so far that we've seen, took that low line or a lower line on his first hot lap, and it got him 2nd place. I don't know, makes you kind of wonder what would have happened if he had stayed higher. And I don't know, I mean, no point second guessing yourself, but yeah, sometimes you wonder. Here he comes to the line. Let's see if James moves up a little bit. He moves up one position to 10th with the 30.104. Right now starting in the 10th position. And now here's the final top championship 4 competitor, Maurice Gamillion. We've seen Maurice, he's pretty good at strategizing, even like fuel economy and just lap, that thing. And now sometimes if you don't have the outright speed, you have to employ other tactics at your disposal. And we've definitely seen him get to the front of the pack on some of these, like when they have a lot of these green flag runs and green flag pit stops. And just a question of how far he can stretch it out. Don't be surprised to see him, if he doesn't start at the front, don't be surprised to see him get to the front. Here's his first time lap. And right now he's 12th fastest with a 30.491. 29.886 is the time to beat. 6/10 off of that. Makes his way down the back stretch. Comes out of 4. Trying to improve on that 12th starting position. And he improves to 9th spot with a 30.067. So Maurice will be starting inside the top 10 at the moment. Next up is Jesse Thornock, the 28 car. There he goes, crosses the line to start his first time lap. Coming out of 4 now and getting ready to crank it up and cross the line to finish that first time lap. Here's the one that's probably be the fastest. Starting with a 30.585, that's 13th fastest. 6/10 of a second, just about 7/10 of a second from the pole. Comes off of 4, comes down to the line. Let's see if he improves from that 13th spot. And yes, he does, up to 6th with a 29.980. Good effort there by Jesse Thornock. And I believe this is our last but not least, Martin Morales. I believe this is the last driver to go out tonight. Actually, this is the 14th. We have 14 cars on track. Also seen Martin running up at the front, definitely capable of showing some speed. He's on his way now in his first time lap. Here he comes out of 3 and 4. Let's see here what his first lap time is going to be here. As he crosses the line, he will start right now 14th with a 30.686, exactly 8/10 off of the pole. Now diving down low to try to get as much performance out of those good years. So he comes off of 4. Let's see if he can improve on that 14th starting position. And he moves up to 10th fastest, 30.039. And I do believe that is going to that's going to wrap up qualifying here. That's everybody. Looks like everybody has gone out. So the whole field qualified. Like, you know, qualifying is voluntary. It's not necessary that you do this. Here we are now, waiting. The cars are coming out. And they're actually lining up on the racetrack and not pit road this time for the final race of the season here. And as they're heading on out, let's take a look at your starting grid. On the pole, Tom Sinchak. Then we have Kyle Rochelle second, Vincent Sora in third, Max Foner fourth position. Thomas Walter rounds out the top 5, Jesse Thornock sixth. And 7th, we have Dakota Moniz. 8th, we have Ryan Bird. 9th, Ryan Ferraro. Martin Morales rounds out the top 10. Maurice Gomez in 11th position. 12th is Aaron Krolick. In 13th position, we have James Trammell and Mike Vanos starting in 14th position. Waiting for the timer to count down now and the pace truck to roll the field out. I believe we have 200 laps in store for us this evening here at Las Vegas. I'll tell you, they've really been putting on a good show and a good battle all season long. And it's safe to say, yeah, like at least 3 of your usual suspects right up at the front there. Max Foner with a great effort there in the 51 car, qualifying in 4th. That'd be interesting to see if he stays up there. And I tell you, anybody that's not, now you see 3 of the championship 4 are right at the top. Gamillion starting 11, and that's a lot of cars that could potentially get mixed up in there. By being a bit of a smaller field here, I would say at least half of the normal size, because going down to the championship round. Very, very good chances of this thing going green all the way. Around to the back stretch. And they're making their way through turns 3 and 4. Pace truck should be getting ready to peel off any moment now. There it goes. Now we're waiting for that green flag to come out.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And we're racing here at Las Vegas. And there they are, Tom Sinchak, Vincent Sora. Vincent right there on the tail of Sinchak. Rochelle, he drops right in line. Trying to fall in behind Vincent Sora there. Sora made his way in between those 2 teammates. entire field. And it looks like they're already starting to break into a couple of different packs there. I believe that's the 44 of Maurice Vermillion. Not a huge gap, and almost starting to separate, but now it looks like they're starting to catch up just a little bit. Maurice running in that 9th position. Pretty nose to tail here as they get started. Tom Senchak. He has lost a couple of positions. Sora up to the lead. Senchak, he falls in behind his teammate, Paul Rochelle, and now Rochelle's trying to make his way to the point. Getting very racy here so far. Got a long ways to go. Sora now tucks in behind the 8 car. You know, it's interesting. It's almost like the guys, they're racing fairly hard here at the beginning, but you know, in some ways, I think they're kind of sizing each other up too, and seeing, okay, let's see what I have. Like, you know, almost like, okay, what if this were a green-white checker situation? You know, everybody's tires are fresh and all the cars are fixed, and you know, what can I do against these guys around me? And so in a sense, you may be testing some scenarios for later on in the race, because you know, as the race goes on, things are gonna, you know, may settle down a little bit, and then it becomes about strategy, particularly fuel mileage and you know, how long they can make their tires last. You know, can they push all the way to the end of a fuel line? Racing behind them there too. There's Max Foner battling with Dakota Moniz in the 1 car, battling, trying to get that 6th position. Actually, Moniz has the 5th position, and Max Foner's got 6th. Battling for that position right behind him, Ryan Bird. He's got a little bit of daylight between him and Maurice Vermillion. Maurice he's got Aaron Kralik pretty close to him. Vermillion in that 8th position, Kralik in 9th. Rochelle continues to lead, doing what he always tries to do, open up a little bit of a gap. Vincent Sora trying to keep pace with the 21. A little further back, Maurice Vermillion still running at 7th. Only a couple of tenths behind Max Foner, the 51 car there. Across the line to lap 12. owner. He's definitely keeps taking a look on the inside of Dakota Moniz there. He can get up there. He's all about winning the race. And I know. Oh, we got somebody on pit road, Mike Vano, coming down. Oh, look at Vano. When did he? When did that happen? We didn't get any report that he hit anything. Good gracious. Gonna have to use his fast repair definitely. And looks like he decided not to use it. The nose is still, you know, heavy damage. Pretty much missing the front bumper on that 27 car. And I hope it wasn't, because, you know, when you come in on pit road, you know, it'll determine whether or not it's optional repairs or required repairs. He might have thought he could get away with doing just optional, but if it's required, man, he's going to be on pit road for a while. Oh, man, tough break for the 27 there. Meanwhile, there's Thomas Walter in fourth. Max Foner right behind him there in the fifth spot. He's gotten a bit of a gap now between him and Dakota Moniz, 3/4 of a second back ahead of the one car. Dakota, he's got his hands full. Maurice Gamillion and Aaron Crawlett. Also the 20 of James Trammell. He's trying to maybe think about trying to get around the 44 car there. Oh, and he gives the 16 just a little bit of a bump. He might have closed in. Might have had a little bit more of a run than the 16 did. Man, they're tight battling here on lap 17. It looks like he lost out on that exchange or lost a few positions back in 10th. He's trying to fight off the 58 of Brian Bird. Bird's going to drive under the 20. Or at least try to anyway. Meanwhile, up the front, there's still 1, 2, 3. Rochelle, Sora, and Senchak. It looks like the front five, in fact, are starting to break away. See the 51 of Max Foner. He's on the tail end of that pack, the front pack. Doing very well to keep pace with the rest of the guys in that group. Dakota Moniz, he's got a bit of a gap between him and I guess what I would call the second group. They're a bit more spaced out than the first to top five there. He's followed by Aaron Crawlett, who got by Maurice Gamillion for that seventh spot. Rochelle now trying to open up that gap a little bit. He's got 3/10 on Senchak. Senchak has gotten by Sora. So now it's teammates again right at the front. And this I think was that Mike Vano? Yeah, that was Vano. He's out running once again. Well, that pit stop definitely took him a lot longer probably than he anticipated, or he was just trying to not use his fast repair so soon. He just went ahead and bite the bullet and deal with the consequences, and has put him 6 laps down. And They did fix the nose of the car without using the fast repair, but that was a big cost to him there. There's your top three. So holding on to that third spot, Max Fona a little bit further back. He started to come under attack from the 57 of Thomas Walter. Thomas, and he's followed by the one of Dakota Moniz, now in that sixth position. You can see all these guys are spread out pretty well. And you see that back half of the field there. While up the front, Kyle Michelle, top three. Not quite pulled away from fourth place Max Fona. Max is right there hanging in. He's kind of got a bit of a gap either way. 4/10 behind Sora, 3/10 ahead of Thomas Walter. We're now lap 25 of 200. Getting ready to start lap 26 to cross the line. Walter, he has not been able to close in on the 51. And of course, he could be just biding his time, trying to save his tires. You know, at this point in the race, it's kind of difficult to say. Sometimes it looks like they're racing pretty hard, but you know, I'd be willing to bet money that some of the guys are kind of just pacing themselves. You know, they got a good start, and everybody got away cleanly. And now it's just a matter of just churning out those laps. Probably he's getting real close to the one car, Dakota Moniz. Trying to make a pass on the high side. Moniz down on the inside in the one car. Call it, trying to see if he can make that pass stick. And he comes down to the line. He swoops down in front of the one, and so he's now in the sixth position. Now trying to bear down on the 57 of Thomas Walter. Had a new change up at the front. Tom Sinchak has switched places with his teammate Kyle Rochelle. Actually got a little bit of a gap there, 2/10 of a second between him and the 21 car. But Vincent Sora, he is still right there. And he knows he's just going to have to stick with these guys all race long. Can't afford to let them get ahead of him to the point where it may even a green flag pit stop, some kind of strategy may try to throw a wrench into his plans. The closer he stays to them, the better it is for him, and knowing that they'll have to battle him all the way. Max Fona still in the fourth position. That gap has increased over a second, now 6/10. About a half second actually ahead of Aaron Kralik, who's under a bit of a battle himself. Look at Kralik, Thomas Walter, Dakota Moniz. Moniz taking a look down on the inside. He's going to drive under the 57 of Thomas Walter, trying to keep that position. Walter in 7th, and looks like Walter's going to fight him off. Proto Moniz in the 1 car. Refusing to give up as they come out of turn 2. Boy, got a little close there. And at 32 laps in, Maurice Chameleon's right behind them watching everything unfold. A little further back, there's Ryan Bird there. They're spaced out pretty good. Jesse Thornock's in front of him in the 20 of James Trammell. Trammell he was up there like around 7th, 8th position. Had a bit of a bobble a little early on, and his car doesn't look like any kind of damage or anything, but definitely has fallen off of the pace that he was running. There's Mike Vanno going underneath, but he's 6 laps down. Those fresher tires. He's probably going to pass a few folks at this stage. There's Martin Morales. Now he's 6 seconds, almost 6.5 seconds behind the 12 of Ryan Ferraro. Just he's got some damage. Now I'm wondering if that's what happened to Mike Vanno. He wondered if he came together with Morales there, and that was the reason why his nose was missing. So yeah, that like I said, we did not get a report that those two had an incident at all, but that would answer a lot of questions. How Vanno had to go in and didn't use his faster pair and just let him fix that car manually. Up the front, Tom Sinchak, he's starting to open up a little bit of a gap here. Wow, it's almost an entire second over Vincent Sora. He's motoring on down the road. Sora is now battling with the 21 of Kyle Rochelle. The more they battle, the further the 8 car is going to run off into the distance. Motors under Vincent Sora there. Coming out of 2, he'll move into that 2nd spot. You see Tom Sinchak in the distance there in that white car. Now lap 38 of 200. Further back, there's Max Follmer. Continues to be under pressure from the 16 of Aaron Kralik. Kralik trying to see if he can squeeze through that door. Max Follmer doing a great job there holding off the 16. Now lap 40 of 200. Just about a quarter of the way through the race already. Sinchak continues to have a lead. It was just a touch over a second, and now it's down to 3/4 of a second, so he really got out there, but they just may start to reel him in now. Rochelle, he's actually gotten ahead of Vincent Sora. So now he's setting sail for the 8 car. See, there's a couple of pairs of cars battling even behind these two. That's Kyle Rochelle and Vincent Sora. And then further back there's Aaron Carlick. Finally gets around the 51 of Max Foner, moves into that 4th spot. Max Foner not quite done with him yet, though. They continue to battle, and there's a nice gap between them and the rest of the field. Leading that second group is the 44, Maurice Gamillion. Got 3/10 on Dakota Moniz, who's actually got his hands full with the 57. Thomas Walter and the 58 of Ryan Bird. That gap, Sinchek to Rochelle is continuing to open up once again. Now to 9/10 of a second up at the front. These 3 or 4, I would say, are having a great battle for position here. Bird able to get past the 57 of Thomas Walter, now trying to bear down on Dakota Moniz. Maurice Gamillion has worked himself up to the 6th position. I believe he started 11th, and he is slowly making his way up there, folks. And he's about 4.5 seconds off the leader. Currently running 6th. And there's 4 of the top 5 right there in front of him. Gap he had to Moniz is all but gone now. The 1 car is right there. Trying to hold on to that 6th spot. Now we're at 48 laps now. Wonder, it's gonna be interesting to see when the first pit stop is. Green flag pit stop, I would presume at the pace that they're going right now. Further back, there's Thomas Walter. He's between Ryan Bird and Justin Thornhart. Justin Thornhart running pretty clear of James Trammell, almost half a second ahead of the 20 car. And Martin Morales, it's not like him to kind of be motoring around by himself. He's back there in 13th position. You can see on the track map, boy, he is just getting ready to come onto the back stretch. Definitely over half a lap behind the leaders. Oh, and here we go. I do believe we have a first green flag pit stop. Jesse Thornhart making his way down. Engine's still running, so he didn't run out of fuel. But first green flag pit stop, and here comes Martin Morales he was getting he was going to start getting close to going a lap down anyway. I guess he figured, you know, might as well come on in here now. Right, there's Thornock. Let's see what his pit stop time will be here. Thornock with a 14.8 second stop. Left side's going on the 25 car. He's down in the way, 14.9 second stop for Morales. On his way back out. The leaders are, well, they're just about to put him another lap down. Morales is now 2 laps down as the leaders flash by. And this time, and second place has changed once again. Now Vincent Soares back in front of Kyle Rochelle, but that gap to the leader keeps fluctuating between 0.9 and 1 second for Tom Sinchak. Ryan Ferraro now on pit road. Right side's gone on the 12 car. I think 14.8 was the best time we had seen so far. That's a 14.7 there for Ferraro. Making his way back out. Sinchak continues to lead. The gap has been as large as just over a second. Now about 0.8 of a second, now 0.7. Vincent Sora once again. And, we've also seen him have a little bit of bad luck, and the guys, Sinchak and Rochelle, they know what he's capable of. So I think a lot of respect for all of those guys out there for each other, and just cannot let them catch them sleeping. Rolling along with Ryan Bird. And behind him, Maurice Gomillion. He lost that position to Bird. Now he's back to 7th. Battling with the 51 of Max Foner for that position. So far, only 4 cars have stopped. Thornock, Ferraro, Morales, and Bano. I'm thinking maybe some of these might be, maybe 60-some laps, between 60, 70 laps, I'm going to guess here. See Tom Sinchak's gap, that lead starting to come down. Boy, it's less than half a second now. Sora starting to close in. Third place Kyle Rochelle is on pit road. Now he went 59 laps, or 58 laps I would say. Comes down to his pit stall. With 4 tires of fuel for the 21. Now, of course, he's going to lose a lap in that exchange there. Looks like Maurice Chameleon, he's on pit road as well. Aaron Garlick already on pit road. They're also coming down as well. Out to his stall there. As Chameleon just went by. Garlic, you'll see. He is down and away. I'm thinking Chameleon, he's down and away as well. A lot of the field coming in now. The two leaders, Sinchak and Sora, coming in one behind the other. Dakota Moniz also making his way in along with the 57 of Thomas Walter. At the moment, that hands the lead to Ryan Bird. Hey, who knows? They might have run it right to the limit. There's Bird. Let's see how many more laps he pushes it here. James Trammell making his way down pit road. Both Ryan Bird and Max Foner still out. They're now the only two cars that have not pitted. Foner, he's about 3.2 seconds behind his, I keep saying teammate. I don't know that they're, let's see, okay, Bird, he's also in. And that is going to hand the lead, I believe. Should hand it to Thornock. Thornock, he's right now currently showing in third. And he's coming around now as he passes those two on pit road. And he will indeed inherit the lead. If anything, pick up some bonus points for leading a lap. So now, Jesse Thornock, actually everybody has pitted once already. He pitted back on lap 49. So it's been a while ago now. And Kyle was shown right behind him, well, 5.5 seconds behind him. He pitted on lap 58. Tom Simpson pitted on lap 60, right along there with Vincent Sora. Ryan Ferraro, he pitted on lap 51, and Aaron Crawley pitted on 59. He also, Maurice Chameleon also pitted on lap 59. So you look at your championship 4 right now. Michelle is in the position to win it with Sinchak in second in that situation, followed by Sora with a million still in their fourth position in the championship 4 standings. Thornock continues to lead. His gap is down to 4.3 seconds now. Rochelle still whittling away at that lead. And you can see Sinchak and Sora not too far behind them either. Aaron Crawlick, he's about 4.8 seconds behind Sora. About 7/10 a second ahead of Ryan Ferraro. There's Maurice Chameleon. Chameleon back now in the 7th position, trying to get that 6th spot. Jesse Thornott continues to lead. Now he's got the lap car Morales there, actually catching Morales, putting him a lap down, or another lap down. Morales now, that was his first lap. That was his first lap that he went down in the entire race. That gap between him and Rochelle, though, continuing to fall, now at 2.2 seconds. It's Morales directly behind him, and then that other car a little further back, that's Kyle Rochelle. I think we have somebody on pit road, it might be Vano, I believe. And here comes Vano, and he is shooting down pit road. Is he gonna? Oh no! Oh, for a minute there, I thought he was running out of gas, and he makes it to his stall. This time, he does use his faster pair. He puts his good fresh tires for the 27 car. So far now, unfortunately, he's already 6 laps down from that last time he was on pit road. Well, I would say the first time, and not use his faster pair then. And he's still sitting there. Who knows? He might have came in a bit too hot and got a speeding penalty. Meanwhile, Thornott continues to lead. Rochelle is less than a second behind now. There your 3 leaders are. Well, not your leaders. Thornott is the leader, but 3 of the fastest guys on track are just barreling down now on the 28. He obviously does not have to move from them. He is the leader at the moment. But looks like he's just going to go to the high side because he knows that they're faster. And plus, his tires are a bit older as well. That drops him back to the 4th position, which is actually pretty good. You know, because he had been running well back in the pack. Right now running within the top 5. His tires now have about, what, maybe 75, 76 laps? Not 76, but he pitted on lap, let's see, 49. 26, 27 laps on them. So he should be able to hang out there for a while, and he might be trying to, I don't know if he could really go as far as the 3 cars in front of him until they pit again. But boy, if he could, that would really keep him up there in the top 5, points that you can get for that finish. Everyone else continuing to run pretty good here. There's Maurice Chameleon. He did get that 6th spot back. And boy, look at the gap between him and Ryan Ferraro, 4.3 seconds. Ferraro, he's got almost 3/4 of a second on Thomas Walter. Walter, he's having to deal with Fred and Larry Bird. I said Larry Bird, I meant Ryan Bird. I'm thinking about the basketball player. My apologies, Ryan. Ryan Bird, he's battling with the 51 on Max Foner there for that 10th spot. Top three there, Sinchak, Sora, Rochelle. Sora to meet in the sandwich, that RS Racing team, he's like sandwiched right in the middle there. Now lap 80 of 200. Trying not to fall back a little too far. It's like a 2.6 second gap now. Thornock has already fallen back quite a bit here. You can see the gap between him and the top three. Back in 7th position. More cars as Thomas Walter leading that group. Like Morris Vermillion, pretty much by himself right now in that 6th spot, just about 5 seconds ahead of Walter, and 1.6 seconds behind Aaron Crawley. Step away for a hot moment here. You are watching the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Season 1 Championship 4 here on Rice Motorsports TV.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. On the outside, the green flag flies, and the first Union 400 wins the jump race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody on number 1 and 2 as Lillian has the lead, and Dan Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison.
Okay, folks, we are back here at the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge, Season 1 Championship 4. As we look down now, there's your leaders. They're still running 1, 2, 3. And it looks like we've got a, look like Mike Vano has retired. And looks like apparently, there was some kind of altercation between him and the 25 of Morales. You saw that damage that Vanno had on the nose of the car, and of course the rear damage from Morales. So not exactly sure what transpired there, but unfortunately Vanno he had to put his car behind the wall for the evening. They continue to run 1, 2, 3, and not, as you can see, they're just really they're staggered out pretty good there. Jesse Thornock is still in the 4th spot, but not for long. Here comes Aaron Kralik. I think he just might pick that spot up. Now let's see, Thornock, he last pitted on 49, Aaron Kralik on 59. His tires are like 10 laps fresher than the 28. And I think that's what's going to allow him to move right underneath the 28 of Thornock into that 4th position. As they battle, Maurice Gamillion, there he is, been running free and clear for a while now. And trying to close in. Hasn't been able to close in just yet. Meanwhile, up the front, Sinchak, Sora, and Rochelle continue to march right along. But further back in the field, there's Thomas Walter. Colomoni's trying to catch him up there on lap 93 here. Further back than Ryan Bird. And he's battling with Max Foner there for that 9th position. Foner trying to run him down here. And their tires are fairly equal. Max Foner pitted on lap 62. And in fact, him and Bird actually did pit on lap 62 together. They're the only two that did pit on lap 62. So they're in a straight up dogfight there, equal tire usage. And then James Trammell, he's having a little bit of a quiet night. He's battling there with Ryan Ferraro. Ferraro about maybe 0.3 of a second back from Trammell, running 11th and 12th respectively. And getting very close to the halfway point here. Sinchak still your leader. Sora getting a little closer. So pretty much doing what he has to do. He's just hanging in there. And the same could be said for Kyle Rochelle. It may be to the point now he's not going to worry about trying to pass him. And they're all just going to kind of roll along here until they crank off another 50 laps or so. Fifth. And look at Maurice Gamillion. He is now, because his tires are definitely also fresher than Justin Thornlock. He also pitted 10 laps later than the 28 driver, and so he has a good chance now to move into the top 5. Closing in now on Thornlock as they get out in the backstretch. Try to go ahead and make the move as they head down to turn 3. And he's able to complete that pass. We're now officially at the halfway point. 100 laps in the books, folks. 200 and 100 to go. Okay, the top 2 drivers are there, Tom Sinchak and Vincent Sora, both pitted on lap 60. Kyle Rochelle, he actually pitted 2 laps sooner than they did. And looks like Jesse Thornlock's decided to go ahead and come on in. Now that he's definitely starting to get past by multiple cars, or even quicker, might as well go ahead and he's done all he can with that set of Goodyear tires. Time to just go in there and get some more. Gets his marks dead on there. I want to say the fastest time we saw was a 14.7. Was it 14.7, I believe, pit stop time. That's a 14.6 there. That may be the fastest or tied with the fastest. Because for some reason, I think I saw a 14.6. But nonetheless, that's still a good stop there for Jesse Thornlock. Pit crew did the job just right. And he'll come out. He's only 1 lap down, and actually he's on the same lap as Morales. But let's see, he's going down the back stretch, so he's in 11th position, and Morales is not that far ahead of him. Now you can't see it on the relative there because there's some lead lap cars, Termel and Ferraro, directly in front of him. But you see those cars going into one up there. One of those is Morales, like the 3rd car in front of him. I would think he will probably run him down because he just pitted, and Martin Morales has been out there since lap 49. Excuse me, lap 49. He's been out there for a minute. So, opponent just may pick up that they're battling for 12th. They're running 12th and 13th. So, you see how he just blazes past the 12 car there. And now you see Morales, he's now in the relative. And look how that time is just closing down. Wow. Almost half a second and half a lap, or even a quarter of a lap. And right now, Jesse Thornlock, clearly the fastest car on the track. And boy, look at all the traffic that he's going to run into with those fresh tires. Good grief, it's almost like he has to kind of just make his way. He needs to get by these guys just so he can just keep going and not use up his tires, you know, battling with these guys, because it's not really a battle. He's kind of pinned behind the 20 of James Termel there at the moment. Now he's looking to see if he can kind of dive below him. Just keep his tempo going, and he easily races under that group of cars. Manages to clear that little bit of a bottleneck there. Got a little anxious moment there for Jesse Thornlock, and he is clear of those guys. And as we were watching that, Ryan Ferraro came in. Now he's on his way out. And he's a lap down as well. So now he's on the same lap as Thornlock, Morales, and Ferraro. Just a Thornlock now 1.2 seconds behind Dakota Moniz. And it's steadily coming down because of the fresher tires. Now Morales, he's now on pit road. And he comes to, oh, he almost overshot. He's the only car on pit road. Simchak still has Vincent Shore right there, sticking close to the 8th car. They have left Kyle Rochelle, though. Rochelle has fallen off just a little bit. There's Ferraro going by, well, just about. Those fresh tires, you would think he would drive on by the 21. Rochelle not leaving a whole lot of room there for the 12. Even with the fresh tires, he's having to work hard to get past the 21. And he just all of a sudden just flies down on the pit road. Gets down to speed so he doesn't get that pit road penalty. He's in. Aaron Kralik also decided to come in with him. Pitting here on lap 110. Strategies abound. It's gonna be interesting to see how all that plays out, because you definitely have those moments where you really have to plan. It's more about I would say pit stop strategy than anything, because you have to time it right. Hopefully get out, get in and get out, and enough, soon enough so that it forces other guys to have to pit at some point, and force that rotation. There's Maurice Gamillion. Oh, he overshot his pit stall just a little bit, had to back up. Oh man, I think he was running 6th at the time when he pitted. Hopefully that doesn't cost him a position. Right side's on now, left side's going on the car. He's down and away. He lights it up as he exits his pit box. Maybe a little bit upset with himself for that. Nonetheless, he comes out. He's in the 11th position right now. Look, I think that's where he's going to settle in at the 11th spot. The leaders are like 8 seconds, 7 seconds behind him. So they should be coming in before too long. There he is, and then there's Simchak and Sora. Dakota Moniz, he's making his way down pit road. More green flag pit stops happening now. It's almost a thing where, Sora probably thinking, yeah, I'm going to have to stick close to him, and it's going to happen like it always happens. If we're there at the end, it's just going to come down to us, Depends on when we stop, and they know what they have to do tire-wise and strategy-wise, and whether or not, as long as you don't have any unexpected cautions, boy, that can really throw a wrench in something. Of course, then that's good for everybody too, because then it just bunches the field up. They may not want to see it, but it's fun for the fans, and see the field get all bunched up once again. But it's like a high-speed game of chess right now. Deciding when to make their move, like as far as even when considering when they come in for a pit stop. Vincent Sora. Ryan Ferraro, he's kind of hanging out behind the two leaders. The fresh tires are enabling him to pretty much stay. That's amazing when you think about it. The two leaders both pitted on lap 60. That's over 40 laps ago, and Ferraro, he pitted on, let's see, he pitted on lap 104. And I mean, he has been out there a little while now, run the newness off of those videos, but still, his tires are a bit newer, and it's just a testament to the pace that they're capable of setting to stay ahead of a car with fresh tires like that. Well, there they are. Carl Rochelle, look how far back he has fallen. Wow, Rochelle is like, okay, he is a lap down at the moment in 7th position. Boy, this is some long range. The way it is right now, they're the teammates that it won't be a thing where they're exactly probably battling each other at this point. Unless you would have a caution to just kind of bunch the field up, which I doubt seriously, but this doesn't come down to like fuel mileage and strategy. Not necessarily even fuel mileage, but just plain outright strategy. Like I was saying earlier, when the pit, pit at such and such a time, and tires will have that much more life in them that I can lean on them that much more versus how much time is left in the race. Right now, Sinchak, he's not exactly being pushed. Oh, here they come, folks. Looks like Sinchak and Sora they're coming in together. Tom Sinchak hits pit road, followed by Vincent Sora. They'll be making their way all the way down pit road here. All right, time for the pit road, pit crews to battle here. Boy, they're close too. Right side's going on almost identical for both cars. 14.2 for Sora, 14.7 for Sinchak. But simple fact that he had a 2 stall difference, I would think, at least a stall gap in between them, gave him the buffer he needed to beat the 14 car out. They raced their way back onto the track. There's Thomas Walter making his way down on pit road here on lap 122. That hands the lead to James Trammell as the pit stops start to cycle around once again. Trying to hold on to that first spot as long as he can. Now James, he pitted on lap 61. And now he comes down on pit road. Those tires are over 50 laps old, and it's just time. Making his way down pit road. Let's see. That did hand the lead to Larry Bird. I keep saying Larry Bird. See, now I got basketball stuck in my head. I tell you, the Ryan Bird that hands the lead to Ryan Bird. And I thought it sounded like he was getting out of the throttle there. Boy, he's coming in hot. And also right behind him, wow, Max Fauna almost had to get on the binders, keep from slamming into the back of the 58. I believe the two of them are, let's see. that's gonna be like a battle for position, I believe. Foner there in his pit box. You can see Bird right there behind him. Left side's going on both Bird and Foner. Let's see if Foner can get out ahead. He lights it up. Does he get down to the end? I don't think so. I think, let's see, did Foner beat him out? 15.6 and 15.5. And they're racing out of pit road. Is he ahead? I thought he was ahead of Bird. Now, wait a minute. Bird. Where did Bird exit the pit road at? You know, let's run that back here. Oh, okay, he's good. The thing was, Foner was way down on the inside of the blue cone. You can see Bird coming around, and he's on. They split the blue cone. That's what it was. And you definitely don't want to come up on. Let's take that back live there. Definitely don't want to come up on the racing surface before you hit that blue cone and that blue stripe. Otherwise, you will get a pit road penalty. Kyle Rochelle is now your leader. Tom Sinsack came in on lap 20. Both him and Sora came in on lap 120. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know. That might have put Kyle at a bit of a disadvantage here. They're lap 128. He's got 20 laps on those tires already. He might be in the right window as long as it stays green. That he obviously gonna have to pit it in at least one more time, but he may be able to go the distance. And they may also have to, you know, they're gonna have to pit if anything. I would think for fuel, probably definitely tires. Could be a bit of a long-range fuel strategy here for the 21 car. There's more than one way to beat the guy around you. You don't have to necessarily race him to the line. And of course, in this case, it's not even about who wins the race, just where they finish. He might be able to make it cycle around so that he's ahead of them again. In the position there, what they're running 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Michelle, Sinchak, and Sora. Maurice Chameleon, he's still he's not a lap down yet. He's running in 6th place, and he is. You see where he's going into turns 1 and 2, and the leaders are coming out of 4. So he's just maybe just a little bit less than half a lap. Actually a little bit more than half a lap behind the leaders. They haven't come into the relative there. That's the box on the right-hand side of the screen. They haven't come into the relative yet to see how far behind them or how far ahead of him he is. But and at the moment his name is he's pretty much in the same boat with the people around him. Jesse Thornhock 7.5 seconds ahead of him. Carter Moniz just over 5 seconds behind. Very good push in there for the 44. Pretty much all he can do right now is just roll along, you know. He has nobody around him whatsoever that kind of make you feel like you're just out there testing. And I mean, you know, sometimes that happens. You might at some point in the race, you know, you've been around other cars the whole time, but you know, the way these pit stops have cycled out up to this point, like as of right now, a little lonely out there for the 44. Of course, if he was leading, I'm sure he wouldn't mind that at all. That'd be a good problem to have. now Rochelle, he is, boy, that gap, even though he pitted sooner, that gap is now 2.5 seconds ahead of his teammate Tom Sinchak. Sinchak battling with the 14. The question is now, is the 14 pushing him that much harder to make him wear his tires? It looks like he's right there. If anything, right now he's almost like running interference for his teammate. Not that he's trying to hold Sora up. I'm sure he's trying his best to stay in front of him. But as long as Sora, I mean, we know that Rochelle's going to have to stop first. And right now, Sinchak is actually keeping Vincent Sora from getting any closer to Kyle Rochelle, his teammate. We're now on lap 137. You can see that gap right there, not that much. Let's go to the grip view. There's Kyle Rochelle. There's Tom Sensei over, and they're right there, folks. In fact, that gap is less than a second now, 0.7 of a second. So, getting closer and closer to the 21. Further back, there's Aaron Krolick. Oh, he's running by himself. He's got lap car Ferraro 5 seconds in front of him. And Jesse Thornock 3 seconds behind. There's Thornock. And let's see, he's got Morales directly behind him. Followed by Maurice Chameleon. Too far behind. It depends on where those leaders pit. You know, how many laps are left. Now we're looking at 60 laps remaining here. Well, I tell you, you could almost leapfrog over a couple of the leaders if the laps work out right for you. But everything has to go right. There's Dakota Moniz in the 7th spot. He's all by himself. 1.4 seconds back is Ryan Bird battling with Max Foner for that 8th position. Only the one retirement by Mike Vano. We're now 142 laps in. Tom Sinchak, now he's got Thomas Walter right there in front of him. He'll try to drive on the inside of the 57. Walter probably going to stay high, I would think, to let the other lead cars get by. It's not exactly a front pack of cars. It's like 3, and then there's a lap car at the front, or you can't see him at the moment. James Chamel in front of Sinchak, and then Thomas Walter right behind Kyle Rochelle there. Crowley continues to run free and clear. Over 4 seconds ahead of Jesse Thornton. Top three right there. You see Thomas Walker directly behind them. Now Michelle has dropped back just a little bit. 4/10 of a second. That continues to lead. Now lap 147 of 200. Just about 3/4 of the way through this race. Further back in the field, Aaron Crowley continues to run pretty clear of Jesse Thornock over 5 seconds. You see Morales is directly behind him, but then there's Maurice Camillia still in the 6th position. Behind Vermillion is Ryan Bird. Oh, we got somebody else on pit road. Looks like it's the 16 of Aaron Kralik. Pitting here lap 149. Making his long trek down pit road. Finally getting to his pit box. Stops right there. Left side, sorry, right side's going on the 16. Jack's coming around, get the left sides on. Down and away, 15.5 second stop for Aaron Pollock. And just as he comes in, boy, here's Aaron, what's not showing him. Let's see, it's Jesse Thornock making his way in. Oh, and he overshot just a little bit. Tires and fuel in for the 28 car. And he's down and away. Cars flash by now, getting up to speed. Meanwhile, there's Tom Sinchak and Vincent Sora. Just picking up that car there. Jesse Thornock. Back to Maurice Camillion. Now he's up to the 4th spot. And let's see. Aaron Kralick's not on the lead lap though. Kralick is 1 lap down. Still has a little ways to go before he can unlap himself. And Maurice slowly, of course a lot of it's also pit strategy as well. Yeah, you know, he pitted, let's see, he pitted on lap 110. 10 laps before Sinchak and Sora. So, you know, have these guys been really pushing them to the very end? I'm kind of inclined to think they are. I think it's been more of a fuel race. Because it seems like, you know, they're handling the setup very well. The tires seem to be doing good for them. The only time you can really see a drop off in performance is if, you know, you can see somebody with just a fresh set of tires come out of pit road. Oh, that same car. Race along. Let's see. Morales, he's been on pit road. He's just exiting. Now 3 laps down. I'd make it 4 actually. The leader's just going by. Lap 156 is going to be 157 when they cross the line. I tell you that the further they stretch that out, in my opinion, the better the chance that Kyle Rochelle is going there. Speaking of Kyle Rochelle, there he goes. Pitting now on lap 157. So he'd basically have to go about 43 laps or 42 laps. I believe that's easily within his window. Long trek. When you qualify near the front, you got a long ways to go down on pit road. Now getting tires and fuel. Hopefully take him to the end of this race. Down and away, 14.5 second stops, Kyle Rochelle. Ryan Ferraro is on his way in. Currently running, right now he's showing a 12, 1 lap down. I'm sorry, 2 laps down. Will he be able to get in and out and not lose another lap? I don't think so. The leaders, where are the leaders at? They are actually on the back stretch. They're going into 3, so it looks like he may be able to get in and get out, get up to speed. I don't know. The leaders are approaching the start-finish line. There he is. There's the leaders right there. And yeah, it looked like Ferraro did. Didn't make it out. Morris Camillion on his way out, pitted on lap 161. Should be good to go to the end of the race. Boy, that's going to be interesting. Tom Sinchak, they pitted on lap 20. So they've got 41 laps on their tires already. You know they're going to have to pit in the next 10 laps or so. So I tell you, this is, you know, I always say, folks, it ain't over till it's over. So, yeah, it's just going to be interesting. Although, the one problem for Maurice Camillion, so he's 2 laps down. If he was only 1 lap down, you know, then he might be in a situation where he can do something with that, but the window is just not right, in my opinion, you know, for the 44, the way things are at this moment. He was the first car 2 laps down. Sinchak and, let's see, Sinchak and Sora continue to lead the race. Kyle Rochelle is 1 lap down in the 7th position. I'm kind of thinking he right now got the best strategy. There's Ryan Bird and followed by Max Foner. Look at this heat race, drag race down pit road. Boy, this is going to be interesting. They're on their way down to their pit box. I think Foner has to go a little bit further. Let's see. Yeah, there he is. I'm sorry, I clicked on the wrong car there. Bird, he's in his pit stall. Foner is right there, further up. Last time Bird beat him out pretty much, and now he's going. He's going to catch Foner again, and at the line, yeah, he gets past him once again, I believe. Yeah, he did. So Ryan Bird once again ahead of Max Foner. Foner really getting into it, trying to catch that 58 bar. Wow, I mean, and he just could not, Ryan Bird, he is just really battling there. Looks like Dakota Moniz now coming on pit road, pitting at lap 166. Oh, another overshot there for Dakota. Let's see how quick his pit crew can get it out. Left side's going on the 1 car. Down in the way, that was a 15.6 second stop. Making his way out now, and now also 2 laps down, well behind Max Foner though. Sinchak and Sora. Sinchak now 4/10 on Sora. As they battle, there's Thomas Walter making his way down pit road. Boy, that's a long pit road, boy, I tell you. Getting down to his pit box and right on the money, just about, yep. And now Vincent Sora, he came in, he left Sinchak out. He's coming in now. Walter, left side, finishing going on the 57. He's down and away. And just as he leaves, there comes Vincent Sora into his box. Rochelle, he's right now, he's about 30 seconds. Sora now is in 4th position. And now here comes your leader, Tom Sinchak. He's coming in. Just as not Kyle Rochelle, but Vincent Sora gets up to speed. Left side's now going on the 8 car. And down and away, lights him up as he heads on out. 30 laps to go. Sinchak now in 3rd position. Stuff starting to cycle around now. James Trammell, he is he pitted on lap 123. Most definitely cannot go to the end. I would think fuel or tires. And so, okay, that right now, Kyle Rochelle running in 2nd position, and Aaron Kralik is 6 seconds behind him, and then Vincent Sora is another 7 seconds behind Kyle. So that's going to be interesting. does he now, with less than 30 laps to go, does he have enough of a gap to stay ahead of Rochelle, Kralik, and Sinchak? Because that's how it is right at the moment. Jermel, he's your leader. Kyle Rochelle is in second. Aaron Kralik running third. And just as I say that, here's Tom Sinchak, just kind of blows right by him there. And had Vincent Sora in tow. Obviously the newer tires. And let's see, Kyle Rochelle, they're slowly closing in on the 21 car. 5.8, 5.7 seconds. And it's too much of a distance to go for Rochelle to really hold on now. The gap is just way too close. I think he can probably make it on field, but I just think his tires are going to be gone more because he stopped on lap 156. Sinchak stopped on 169. Sora stopped on 168. So both Sinchak and Sora laps or tires are over 10 laps fresher than Kyle Rochelle. Jermel continues to lead at the moment. He's done over 50 laps now on that set of tires. You know, the end of the race is getting so tantalizingly close. Like 25 laps to go now. Even if he could make it fuel-wise, he would not have the tires to really stay ahead of the other cars directly behind him in position. That gap now is 2.7 to Kyle Rochelle. And I mean, it is dropping like a rock. The gap from him back to Sinchak and Sora. Let's go on board with Rochelle. You can see the gap is now less than 3 seconds, and I mean, it is coming down very quickly. There's Trammell finally coming in now on, he's had some fun up at the front of the pack there, and but making his way down pit road now. Meanwhile, Kyle Rochelle, for the moment, still out front, 2.2 seconds ahead of his teammate, Tom Sinchak. Yeah, they're going to catch him here eventually. But, is he in any position to help his teammate out and try to fight off the 14 of Vincent Sora? His tires are nowhere near have the performance level as both Sinchak and Sora, who only pitted 1 lap apart from each other. So there's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge here. And they're right there now. It's only a matter of a lap or so, I would think, before they move ahead of them. Sinchak making a move on the inside. Rochelle, he is going to slot in behind the 14. On the line, it's going to be 20 laps to go. Sinchak and Sora, nose to tail. And with Kyle Rochelle, you know, he's in third, but his tire's over 10 laps older than these two right here. So it's pretty much looking like a 2-horse race at this moment. And they're making their way through some lap cars. There's Maurice Camillion. He's like 3 seconds ahead of them. Maurice, he pitted on lap 158. But I get the feeling that he's probably going to have to stop one more time. For championship 4, running 1, 2, 3. And there they are right behind him there, steadily closing in. Laps continue to wind down here at Las Vegas. This race will decide the champion of their first season this year in 2020. Now lap 184. And you can't help but wonder, does Vincent Sora have anything left in the tank? Does he have any new tricks that he can do to get past that 8 car? Definitely not pressing the issue whatsoever. In the same way when you see them, you know, when they do qualifying and they stay to the high line on that first hot lap, you know, trying to preserve as much performance in those tires. So it could very well be doing the same thing. Fell back there just a little bit, 0.3 of a second. And Martin Morales on pit road. Tires and fuel. That'll take him to the end of the race. There's Sinchak, Vincent Sora. That's James Jamel right behind him. The black car that's not Kyle Rochelle. Rochelle a little bit further back to the tune of 4.8 seconds. Morales now making his way off of pit road. Now Tom, since that he may have decided, okay, I need to put the spurs to these things and just get going. They're about to run up on some lap traffic here. See if they can make their way through here. Max Foner on the outside. And Ryan Bird, the 58 car. That's him right there in front. Just went out of the shot right there in front of your leader. Sinchak making the move now on the inside of the 58. Vincent Sora. Watching him make his way past. And now the 58 is a little bit of a roadblock between him and Tom Sinchak, and he can't have that happen. He's got to be able to have a clear shot of the 8 car. The championship is literally right in front of him. And look at Bird battling down on the outside. He's not on the lead lap, and he's really running almost toe-to-toe with the championship leaders with the championship in the balance. Now he's back to the bumper just about Tom Sinchak. Here we are, lap 194. Now these guys right here, Trammell and Bird, they're battling for position. It wasn't that they're trying to hold up the leaders so much, but they're in a bit of a fierce battle themselves. Hey, even if it is the last race of the season, you know, they're trying to get as many points as they can. Well, they came here to race, and that's what they're going to do. Only 5 to go as they cross the line. Making their way, Bird making his way out of turn 4, following the leaders and James Trammell down to the line. Start lap 96. Bird trying to get that 6th spot. Oh, he had to get out of it. Let's see, let's look here. Trammell pitted on lap 176, Bird 162. Oh, and we had something going on here. What happened here, folks? Somebody was all over the place. That was Jesse Thornott. And boy, his tires must be just gone. He pitted on lap 149 last time around. He's trying to gather it up now. None of the lead cars compromised at all. Sinchak, he's still, Sora's right there though. And Sora, he decided to pull the trigger. It's like, hey, time to go. James Trammell, he is getting right there with those guys. He's not on the lead lap. There's no chance for him to win the race, and yet he is really sticking his nose right in there. Trammell last pitted on 176, so his tires are a little fresher than the leaders. Boy, he could end up being a problem for Vincent Sora. Sora trying to get that championship victory. Trying to catch the 8 car, but the 20 is like really making things difficult for the 14 to focus on the 8 car. Now Trammell drops in behind Sora. I think, if anything, Trammell was trying to put a car between him and Ryan Bird to preserve his own position. Here they come down to the line. White flag is in the air for Tom Sinchak. And looks like Sora he's still ahead of James Trammell. Here they come down the backstretch. This is Sora's last chance. This is the championship right here, folks. They're making their way through turns 3 and 4. It looks like Tom Sinchak is going to hold on, folks. He is going to be 2020 Season 1 champion. Tom Sinchak. is the champion by 0.186 seconds over Vincent Sora at the line. Doesn't get much closer than that. Little congratulatory bumps there. Time to light them up in celebration. Tom Sinchak, your season champion this year in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Cup Series. And there he kind of little coming together there. And let's go ahead and get the guys up into the booth here. Let's go and find them here. Let's see. We'll get Sinchak, Sora, and Rochelle. The winner's circle. Where's Mark? Let's Sora move him up to a winner's circle. Got to find Tom Sinchak. There he is. And we're going to head on down the winner's circle here. Here we are in the winner's circle with the top three, and season 1 champion Tom Sinchak. Man, congratulations, Tom.
Thank you so much, Tony.
I tell you, man, things got there a little anxious there at the end of the race, huh?
Yeah, that was. I don't even know what to say about that. I know Jesse didn't mean to, but that was gave me a mild heart attack, to say the least.
Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to see. I know he something happened. He spun or something. We didn't take the time to look at the replay and stuff. But then after that, and then you know, James Trammell also got up there in the mix between you and Vincent Sora. And
Yeah, thank God for that.
yeah, I was like, man, I was like, oh boy, I hope something doesn't go bad here.
We were communicating. He told me he was coming. I know he had fresh tires.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, of course he was battling. I think it was Ryan Bird that was trying to stay ahead of him.
Yeah.
And, so it's you know, that's one of the tough situations when you got your own race, but doggone it, you have other people that are, you know, have their own separate thing going on. You know.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, it was James too, a teammate coming up. So unfortunately, it was like that. But once I saw them battling side to side, I kind of stopped sweating a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was sweating pretty heavy because even with a lap older tires than me, Vince is just unbelievable. I'm gonna say that he's better than me. He unfortunately didn't win. For him, he didn't win tonight, but I do think he is more talented than I am and a lot younger, and he's just only gonna get better, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah, look, gave you something to look forward to next season, doesn't it?
No, I'm not really looking forward to next season. His ceiling is high, man.
Yeah, man, but yeah, congratulations though, and you know, because you didn't start the season, you know, right at the beginning of the season, and had to have a really strong performance to get to the championship, and and just made everything come together there at the end.
Yeah, and that you saying that reminds me that these guys let me come in on a substitution, and I won. And then I took a couple weeks off, and then I substituted again, and I won. This is not bragging by any means,
Right,
but for them to see me win twice and still let me compete full time
Yeah.
says a lot about them. They just want what's best for the league. They're not selfish, and it means a lot to me that they let me stay in here. And I really appreciate all the admins and everybody else in this league. It's turned. I mean, I watched these races before I was in it, and there was a lot of yellows. And then the second half of the season, I mean, we probably 90% we cut the yellows out, almost 90%. It's the racing in this is top tier from front to back, everybody. And it's just probably one of the favorite leagues that I've ever been in.
10-4, man. That is awesome, man. And I tell you, so what's next for you?
No, November 7th, when I have to do this all over again with Vince and Kyle and Aaron and James and all those other, if they let me back in.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they'll change their mind and stuff, because
No.
hey, if anything, man, you wanna have some really strong competition and good
Yeah.
competition, and
they're really good guys. We've grown very close together. Even only 17 weeks that I've been in here, we've grown very close together on Discord and a whole other games have to do not with sim racing. So everybody's a pretty tight knit group in here, and you don't really see that often in most leagues.
10-4, man. Congratulations. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Everybody, you, Kyle, James, Kane's not here. Especially Vincent. I know it got scrappy there at the end with Jesse and stuff, but we both kept on trucking and made for one hell of a finish. He was behind me 0.01 the entire time. And when you say white knuckle racing, just go race Vince and then you'll see exactly what you mean.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, congratulations. We're gonna let you go celebrate, man, and enjoy the championship. And next year you'll be coming back, and you'll be back at the start of the season. Because I said that to the audience at the beginning. Look what you did coming in midway, and now you're gonna have a whole season to battle. And I'm sure you'll be a formidable opponent. Congratulations.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Tony.
Yep. Hey, Vincent, you got a copy?
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, you proved why you're up there, been in second place, or just been up there in the fight for the battle championship all season long, and just your record alone, the amount of top tens that you've had and stuff, and you definitely probably were the guy to beat, I would say.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. First off, I just want to say, congrats to Tom. It was a great race, in my opinion. We went caution free, and Tom and I really never broke apart. So that's pretty cool, I think. But I don't know. Not too happy with how I got raced by a lapper at the end, but it is what it is. I get it. I don't know, and it was a great season. I got 4 wins, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, like I was just saying. You heard me saying that at the time. It's such a tough deal when you're like, say if the position reverse or something, you're battling with a guy, but then you have 2 lead lap cars. It's like, what do you do? And he's probably trying to use you to be a buffer between him and Bird or something. And it's like, oh man, it's kind of like a tough pill to swallow, man. But you guys show your talent out there, and everybody racing tight and just kept it going, green flag all the way, and and that's why you guys were battling for the championship in the first place, and it definitely could have went the other way as well, because you definitely had him looking in the mirror there. But just congratulations anyway, and I know you'll be coming back next year ready to get after him again.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, man.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Everybody in the league. Tom on the championship. Kyle for being, a really strong competitor all year. All the other admins and you for broadcasting all year. We really appreciate it.
Congratulations, man. Go get a little bit of a rest now. You earned that one.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Kyle, you got a copy?
Hey, Tony, what's going on?
Hey, man, I tell you, man, that was boy, I tell you, you guys were right there for a good portion of the race, and you kind of got separated. I guess was it the fuel strategy or something, and some kind of way you got off with the leaders there a little bit.
I made a mental error in the beginning. I started off with a different steering ratio than I wanted to, and I was just plowing the whole race.
Oh,
And I
man.
thought maybe if I short pitted, it would maybe help me out. It did a little bit, but I don't know. I needed a caution there with maybe 15, 20 to go, and we would have had a chance. But I wasn't any good 40 laps into the run, and
Right. It
what are you gonna do?
was just killing your tires, I guess, huh? That steering ratio.
Yeah, it just wasn't what I needed. We were fast though. I mean, caution came out, we would have been probably could have won it. I guarantee, but played out the way it did, and good for Tom, good for the team, get a championship, another win.
Yeah, hey, man,
Uh,
hey, that's the problem when you run with guys that are that good, and sometimes you can look at that and you can look at the field like, oh, this is gonna be a long race here because nobody's gonna really make a mistake, and I'm gonna have to race these guys all the way to the checker flag.
well, that and no cautions coming out. I mean,
Yeah,
that's it's just a race of attrition at that point, and
yeah, because they a lot.
it makes it fun.
Yeah, man, I tell you, but congratulations on third anyway, because man, we've seen you have some really some strong runs, and
Yeah, probably could have had 3 or 4 wins, but
right,
we got one at least, and
yeah,
halfway through the season we didn't look too strong, and we really made a lot of improvements and got faster as the season went on. So
10
carried
4.
into next year and see what we can do.
Absolutely, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
I just gotta give a shout out to the whole team: Tom, James, Kane, DBI. Yeah, that's about it. You guys and the whole series.
10-4, man. Well, you guys go take some time off and celebrate and get ready for the next season. And good luck to all of you. And just enjoy your finish now. But know that I know you're going to be back and ready to get after them again next season. And good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
All right, now. Well, folks, boy, I tell you that wraps it up here, and that's going to do it. And we're going to go ahead and let's bring up the final results here of the race itself. Tom Sinchak, your winner, and also the championship winner this season. Vincent Sora second, Kyle Rochelle third, Aaron Krolick fourth, James Trammell fifth, Ryan Bird sixth position, Max Foner seventh, Maurice Gomillion eighth, Dakota Moniz ninth position, Jesse Thornock rounds out the top 10, Thomas Walter 11th, Ryan Ferraro 12th, Martin Morales 13th, Mike Vano ended up finishing in the 14th position. And as always, we appreciate you joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV for the watching the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. And I tell you, it's just been it's been great watching the guys race and stuff. And for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you all a pleasant evening.